Okay, I think we're on. Let's put the camera on. There we go. Hello world. This is little Benjamin McIver. Just having a little snooze with me here. We're going to talk about his club feet today. He's got club feet. We're going to discuss a little question around that, around how we can fix it. And we're going to see just how easy that's going to be to do. We're not going to discuss the fact that he's got more hair on his head than I do. In fact, he was born with more hair on his head than I have today. That's just one of those mysteries of life we'll never fully understand. But we are definitely going to talk about his funky feet, as we like to call them. What we're going to do about it and how easy it is, and how this is a vastly underestimated challenge that so many people are facing, that is actually really easy to fix. You hear about how easy it is to combat malaria and how cheap it is, and we just have not put the level of effort in we need in the developing world to do that. Well, you're about to be so shocked at just how easy it is to fix this, and how easy and rewarding it can be to change little babies' lives around the world. So there's a couple of reasons I want to do this. I want to video over the next few weeks and months as you see these little feet being fixed, because I want other families that found themselves in the same position as us, who got the diagnosis and were probably terrified as we were, a million questions going through your head. Are you tooting? He's tooting. I want to share this for those families. I want them to see what our experience is and hopefully bring them some comfort and confidence in what they're going to face. I also want to share with everyone just how common this is, how close your own children probably were to, being born with a congenital defect like this. And I want to show how easy it is to fix, and why we just need to start donating money. And it's not much money at all to change lives. This is not a attempt to drum up money for cancer research, which we know is a worthy cause that takes decades and decades of effort and time and money. This is about you hand over a certain number of dollars and you will change a child's life immediately. No further research, no massive overheads, none of this disappearing of your charitable donation into maybe it helps someone. This is a direct, you will have helped a child. That's through a charity called Miracle Feet, which we're going to look at. Before we do that though, let me switch across to our desktop so we can share some things. Right, Ben? Yep. And I want to just show you for a moment some people that you may not know were born with club feet, with little bent feet like Benjamin here. So Steven Gerrard, arguably one of the greatest Liverpool players in recent history, was born with club feet. He was treated at an early age, and the way he hits that ball, I mean, maybe I'm slightly biased, but he's better than some of the other crap there is in the Premier League at the minute. Maybe he's not doing so good as a manager, but still, look at that. That's a cracking shot. Anyway, Troy Aikman. I'm not a massive American football follower, but I definitely have seen Troy Aikman before. Quarterback, absolutely deadly on his feet when he gets running. We've got Kirsty Yamagaki, Olympic gold medalist, figure skating. Remarkable. I mean, I can barely stand up on the ice. She again was born with club feet, treated at birth. You would never know. And Mia Hamm. Let's get back to soccer. Absolutely fantastic women's international player for the US. Again, born with club feet, you would never know. Now, I don't know the specifics, whether they were, I think Steven Gerrard was bilateral, which means both feet were born that way. I'm not sure about the others. But I bet if you go searching, you will find so many more people that that were born with club feet that you never knew. I think in my mind, not knowing anything about club feet, when we found out about Benjamin, I just assumed it was something that was very painful and a long process and extremely expensive to fix. And we could only fix it here in the developed world, in the third world countries, in lesser developed countries. It's just kind of tough. You're just a disabled child from that point forward for the rest of your life, and all the stigma and challenges that go with that in some of those countries. It's actually couldn't be further from the truth. 2 million children live with pain and stigma of untreated clubfoot. And this is a condition, the latest statistics say it affects 1 in 800 children globally. That is 1 in 800 babies born in the world has this congenital defect. It is actually, believe it or not, it is a greater occurrence than Down syndrome or cleft palate or lip. It occurs way more often than it does. There's some evidence there might be a slight genetic inheritance that can kind of drive this, but it's not immediate family related, and there is, I think, 75% of the cases where they just don't know. All we do know is that when he's cuddled up in his mama's tummy, his feet just kind of grow on a slight angle, and then they stay there until he's born, and then we've got our little wonky feet here. Now, this was the thing for me. It costs less than $500 to treat this. Less than $500. And you will never know, by the time this kid hits school, you will never know that he ever had anything wrong with him. That he was ever born with feet that, as they are right now, he would never be able to walk upon. $500. It is extremely pain-free at his age. When this is untreated and children left to grow into young adults and then they try and have it treated, that is painful, that is costly, that is exclusive, hospital visits, major surgeries, that cuts off most of the world in terms of affordability and availability. But if we treat them as a child, we put casts on them. Benjamin here in a couple of weeks' time is going to have his first casts fitted, and they're just going to apply a little bit of pressure to his foot to put it in the right direction. And then a week later, we're going to go back, they're going to put another one. A week later, we'll go back, another one. And then after, I think it's 6 casts, maybe 8 casts at most, his feet are going to be completely straight. Completely straight. His bones are jelly and flexible enough, and his muscles can grow at a fast enough pace right now that we can literally straighten his feet out over a number of weeks. Now, at that point, he's going to start wearing boots, special boots that hold his feet in that position. Again, not painful. A little bit of restraint, but he will never know any different. He's not exactly running around at the minute, so it's no new news to him. And he will wear them full time until he's about 9 to 10 months old, maybe 11 months at most. Then he will continue to wear them, but only at bedtime and nap time. The rest of the time, his perfectly straight feet will just crawl around, start walking around just like any other normal child. Now, it's going to cost us through our deductible, through insurance, a couple of $1,000s, and I recognize how fortunate we are to live in a place with such easily accessible medical treatment. And yes, we pay for it through insurance, but we have fantastic medical cover. There are so many places in the world where you don't have that. But, let's not confuse the profitable first world approach to medical, coverage and insurance with the true cost of this service. Through Miracle Feet here, they travel the world trying to help people in 30 countries this year alone. 9,437 babies that were born with bent feet that would have a life of pain and disability have had that cured in a matter of weeks, with then a device they wear for a couple of years after that. And each one of these costs no more than $500. They're on this website. I can't find it right now, but there is maybe it's under here. They have a great little pie chart that shows you how that $500, this $481 is actually broken up between the administrative overhead, because they're an organization, but you'll see just how large of a percentage of that goes towards the medical facilities and the medical practitioners and the supplies, mostly the casting supplies for doing this. And less than $500 will change Benjamin's life here. The 200,000 babies they expect to be delivered this year around the world with Clubfoot. And, do the math on that. I mean, okay, it hits the millions of dollars to do that, but it's a fraction of the millions of dollars that go into so many other causes and so many other wasted efforts. Talking about wasted efforts, we've blown more than $500 just trying to change a flight, to try and make things more convenient when we're visiting family or to work around, work commitments. More than $500 easily. We've had, certainly through pregnancy, we've had some months where we've spent more than $500 on fast food, easily. Now, I know not for everyone, $500 is just readily available to just give like that. We are definitely going to be giving, but right now we're looking at what is our first medical bill coming up and do we have the cash flow for that? But one thing I can guarantee you is by the end of this year, we'll have donated a lot of $500 donations ourselves to try and, because we know every single one of them is changing a child's life. If you can't afford the $500 or it takes you a whole year to save that $500, please just give something. What we're going to do is we're going to come back, like I said, we're going to talk about when we found out about Benjamin and his challenges. We're going to walk you through the process as we go through it. We're going to continue to ask you to donate. I will ask you to go either directly to the Miracle Feet site and give something here, or we're going to set up a GoFundMe link, which hopefully I will add to this video, so you can go and donate in Benjamin's name. It will pass straight through. It goes directly to Miracle Feet from GoFundMe, no money taken out whatsoever, but it will just be donated in Benjamin's name instead. So thank you for sticking with me. I know this is a long introductory video. I hope you managed to stick with me. This is a very easy thing that plagues so many children around the world. You can literally change the life of a human being who hopefully will be on the planet for 100 years. You can change that when they are barely, 3-4 weeks old. Have a great day.